You know, it's funny because in most of my days, there's just so much energy and so much happening and going on in my day. But it's funny as just how quiet and still the moments are, you know. It's still dark outside, it's cool, you have that crispness and stillness in the air. It's just so nice to be able to appreciate that every morning, just to really take that in. And then the craziness begins. So today's going to be an interesting day. Today we have two big exams coming up. First we have the orthopedic diagnosis lecture midterm, and then we have a full spine lab final practical coming up. And then you might notice I'm dressed up kind of nice today in clinical attire because I'm going over to the outpatient clinical facility to, I believe we're just taking a tour. I'm heading to campus a little bit early. The exam isn't until 9. It's just a little bit after 7 right now. Just that way I can kind of prepare, get my mind ready for this exam. What up? So I'm heading back from the outpatient clinic. That's why I'm all dressed up today, and whew, it is hot. I'm like starting to sweat and walking back to campus right now. But it was nice to be able to go and see the outpatient clinic. You know, we'll be there 11th and 12th quarter, so a little bit ways away, but it'll be here before we know it. So it's good to see it and talk to and meet some of the doctors there. So I took the ortho midterm today. There were a few questions that were like, oh my gosh, like what does this even mean? What's he talking about? But there was 50 questions, so I feel like we got the majority of them right. I felt pretty good about it. Now I am preparing for the full spine lab practical that's coming up here shortly. So I'm gonna go review with a couple of my buddies, and then we're gonna go crush it. What up guys, so just finished practicing for the night. It's pretty late. We went a little bit longer than we initially planned on it, but that's okay. It was great, it was amazing. And I was just sitting here and I was just thinking like, man, like this is probably gonna be a very short vlog. I really didn't get that much footage today. There wasn't really a story or a theme to this video, which I usually try my best to do. And it was just kind of boring. It was just kind of a typical day, you know, where I prepared, got ready myself in the morning, showed up, got my work done during the day, went to classes, took my exams, you know, giving myself the evening to then go to clubs, or in this case, you know, be able to practice for a few hours in the evening. That's pretty much how my days go. And it was really cool though, being able to practice here. You know, I had some younger quarter students come over and I was able to teach them and show some things and see where they were kind of at, which is really, really awesome. Then Mohammed Saman came over. He was a couple quarters ahead of me. And then I was able to put in some work by myself there for a little bit. So it was I want to do that more often, where I have that kind of nice blend of working with people who are ahead of me, you know, and a little bit more further along than I am, as well as people who are on the same level as me, as well as people who are a little bit younger in the program than I am. That way I can kind of pour into them and teach them and help bring them up as well. So really cool, just trying to keep that balance and keep that mix, which I'm really excited about. But anyway, if I could give just a message to close this video out and hopefully provide some value to you guys, it would be, you know, one thing I realized today especially is I've been like this in a few different areas of my life, and maybe it'll resonate with you guys too, is, you know, you see the way that I'm practicing, right? And it's nothing special. It's kind of silly, I understand. That's why I wanted to include this in the video, just to kind of show you what I do on a daily basis, the work that I put in every day. And it's very like mundane, boring stuff, right? Like it's kind of hard to motivate yourself to go and practice, you know, doing your thrust or practice your analysis over and over and over again and do things that you've done over and over and over again that you feel you kind of get the gist of, but do it again and again. And I feel that through this process, it's kind of hard to see the long-term growth that you're going through whenever you're doing it day in and day out. And I've done this before, like I did it in sports where I'm like, well, man, I just feel like I'm not where I want to be. And I'm doing it, I catch myself every now and then now, like, oh my gosh, I'm not where I want to be. I'm not this rock star, amazing Justin that I want to be. I did it in sports where I was like, man, I'm not that collegiate level athlete where I want to become, right? And I've taken notice of this, right? Because I feel like look, we lose ourselves, and oftentimes we're too quick to judge ourselves, that it inhibits us from wanting to grow and continue to push forward, right? If we judge ourselves too early, then we back out too early. When guys, we haven't even scratched the surface yet, that if you just continue to show up and put in the work and do the mundane stuff, if you know you're doing the right thing, just continue doing it over and over again. That practice and repetition and that consistent work and focus will pay off in the long term. And if you look back over the course of time, you can see how far you've come in such a short period of time. If I look where I was at when I was a first quarter student, it's night and day difference between the way I was practicing when I was a first quarter compared to now. There's a huge difference there. And if I continue this path, there's going to be another huge evolution a year from now and another year from now whenever I graduate than where I'm at now. And that's kind of the goal, and I understand that. But it can be just self-limiting in the moment to want to put that pressure and that judge yourself on there. But it's really meant to keep you where you're at, right? And I've noticed this, at least for myself. This is what I've noticed. My own self-reflection on my journey through school is I gotta let that go, right? I gotta let that go and let that voice out of my head that's wanting to judge and say you're not good enough, to say that you're not getting where you're gonna be, right? It's to eliminate that voice out and just focus on the moment. Right? Focus on each day, each practice session, each setup, each analysis, each adjustment, and really just focusing on getting better and taking that gold nugget or taking whatever you learned that day with you and knowing for sure that whenever you lay down at the end of the day that you can say, you know what, I learned something today and I know I got better. Even if I can't see it tomorrow, I know that I'm getting better, and if I show up tomorrow and continue to put the same work, focus, and determination, there's going to be an upward spiral and you're going to continue moving forward. Now there's going to be setbacks, but you're going to continue moving up on your journey. And that was it. I hope this can be a little encouraging message, because I know that I need that level of encouragement. And so I hope that you guys got something out of this short video. All right, it is very late now. It is now 10:39 p.m. past my bedtime. Got an early day tomorrow. But man, today was a good day. Today was a really good day. Short video, a good long day. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.